Really? Y'all don't sound ready. Let's try this again. Are you ready for another Poetic Release Poetry Slam? Now that's what I like to hear. So the order of the events tonight will be starting off with a poetry slam in which the top 2 performers will gain slots for the Yukon Grand Slam. The top 4 in the Grand Slam get onto the Yukon Slam team. The Yukon Slam team goes to the College Union Poetry Slam Invitational Competition, which is a nationwide college poetry slam. Does that sound exciting to everyone? After the slam, we are going to have a featured performance by the wonderful, amazing, nationally renowned Jared Paul. Everyone say hi, wave. And then we're gonna end the night off with a wonderful open mic from you guys. So, again, are we ready?
Yes.
So, first off, judges, can I see you raise your scoreboards? Alright, I need you to raise your scoreboards higher. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 judges. Do all judges have markers? 1, 2, 3, 4 markers? 5 markers, excellent! Okay, so now I have to give the Poetry Slam spiel. Poetry Slam was created in the 1980s by a man by the name of Mark Smith. So, right? Alright, and it is a competition where poets have 3 minutes to come on stage and speak original work to you, the audience. And then 5 random members of the audience who don't know anybody in the slam get to judge their work on a scale of 1 to 10, using 1 decimal point to avoid ties and confusing score issues. Now, judges. A 0 is the absolute worst piece of crap that you have ever heard. Your ears are bleeding and you feel that everyone in this audience is stupider and a worse person after hearing this piece.
Oh, God. Jeez.
A 10 is the skies just opened up and angels came down and kissed you on the cheek and whispered into your ear the truth of the universe through that poem. I don't expect to see either 0s or 10s tonight. We want a solid, consistent judging from you guys. Audience, you are not off the hook, right? If you hear something you like from a poem, what are you guys going to do? Right? If you hear a line, hear a concept that you really vibe with, you need to stomp your feet, snap your fingers, let the poet know that you feel him, right? Audience, it is your job to sway the judges with your noise, to let them know when they are doing good and when they are doing badly. Judges, the audience are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Do not be swayed. Audience, sway the judges. Judges, don't be swayed. Okay, so are you ready to hear a poetry slam? No, you're not. Because before we get started, we have to have a sacrificial poet. This poet is often called the calibration poet and is used by the judges to base all of their scores off of. So this poet is going to come up on stage like he's a real poet saying a real poem in a real slam, and the judges are going to score him as such, right? Now judges, for the rest of the night, if you hear a poem better than that, score it higher than you scored it. If you hear a poem worse than that, score it lower than you scored it. Alright, does everyone understand their roles? Everyone understand what we're doing here? Welcome up to the stage, Mikhail, Gilbert!
What is called? Foolish one, you fall too quick. Blinded by sweet nothings and repetitive sedatives that later arrest your unease about the company you keep. Trustworthiness doesn't run too deep. Everyone laces their lyrics with words that are sweet. It's easier to manipulate when you see what they want you to see. But the facade is so tantalizing, and it isn't surprising to find that though he's lying, it's undetectable by the untrained eyes. See, hellos are laced with provocable agendas that are hidden between the syllables of the words of the rhymes, the lullabies that lull you into a false sense of security when you're sleeping at the mercy of his wildest dreams. They tell me a good magician never reveals his secrets, bro. Well, I think it's time to slick talk and fine line walking as like the new fucking trick. I'm almost dejected to be categorized with the same name as man, but man, do I hear this one enough. You know I love you, baby. So captivated by his tongue tricks, her friends advise her to keep her eyelids apart for starters. The split second taking a blink may cause her to miss how vibrantly his true colors may shine. But the way his words rhyme and all the things he says shivers up my spine. Her unimpeachable morals unhinge when hearing the soothing tone of his romantic low decibel whispers of affection. Her friends tell her that this slick talker, fine line walker consistently yanks at her puppet strings, acting erratic keys, promising things God knows he can't deliver, but he's thankful she's not God, so she can't really see that really he's just full of shit, full of googly-eyed bliss, witnessing 5'6" of what he can have in store out the corner of his eye. He sees succulent lips and C-cup tits, the eyes, thighs, and hair and curves of another. But he says, don't worry, baby, you know we're with each other. And man, do I hear this one enough. You know I only got eyes for you. Which he says while wiping away the fact he salivates over this 10 when he's stuck with his 8. Even though his 8 is a 10, he just can't concentrate. Foolish one, you fall too quick. Things slowly start changing, rearranging priorities, have you yearning for the way things were, and sandpaper textured lip gestures no longer bear those oceans of emotions. He doesn't even taste like the man that he used to taste like. When you finally decide to bring your onions to light, he whispers once more. He says, baby, I know that blah, 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 but I'll change for sure, dot, dot, dot. He slows your worries. His manipulative fingertips hush your lips and quells their frantic skepticism. But there's a schism between your mind and heart, and although your heart pumps momentary pleasure through your ventricles, your mind's eyes suddenly widen. Your friend's words suddenly stampede from the back of your mind to the front at such a blinding speed that the thought materializes on your lips faster than you even realize you were thinking a thought. You thought you forgot. Boy, fuck you and your bullshit.